Hey folks, Gary here. Happy Saturday morning to you. I hope you're having a really good start to your day. Just hold on one second. It's Cole's toy. There we go. I hope you're having a really good start to your day. We're having a great start here. Man, what a nice, warm, sunny morning we have in here. Hey, throughout this week, we have been looking at taste and see that the Lord is good. And so we've been looking at Psalm 34. Verse 8 is the key verse, well, the key verse that we've been looking at. Well, taste and see that the Lord is good. But throughout this psalm, the psalmist, and I believe it's David, is saying, hey, this happened, but I trusted God. This happens, but trust God. And all these times that we trust God and we see that God is really, really good. For this morning, I want to drop down to verses 19 to 22. I just want to finish off the psalm this morning, and it says this. Hi, Cole. The righteous person faces many troubles, but the Lord comes to the rescue each time. Now, if you give your life to Christ, right? If you've given your life to Christ, I've given my life to Christ. God has forgiven me of all my sins. I am His, and He is mine. And I said, Lord, man, I'm going to serve you. I'm going to follow you. Now, does that mean that I won't have trouble in my life? Oh my goodness, no. We've actually had a lot of trouble in our lives. Matter of fact, and from places that you would never expect it. Really harsh, hard things. So what does this mean then? Well, what it means is there will be trouble in your life. Jesus says that. But God will be with you through those things. And God will strengthen you, and God will provide a way for you either A, to get out of it, or B, to endure it, and endure it with grace, or C, to overcome while you're in it. All these kind of things. God always answers. He's always there, and it always works out because He's God. So we know that. Then going to verse 20 down to 22. For the Lord protects the bones of the righteous. Not one of them is broken. Actually, that's a pretty cool verse there. We know what that verse means. That's talking about Jesus actually on the cross being crucified. David doesn't know this when he's saying it, but it's talking about Jesus on the cross when He gave His life for us. The soldiers went to hurry this up because Passover was right away, or Passover Sabbath was right away, and so they broke the bones of both these, and they went, like the leg bones, so they would die quicker, and they went to do it to Jesus, but He had already expired, so they didn't have to break His bones. This is actually speaking to Jesus, and we can say, wow, so the rest of it doesn't apply to me either, right? No, the rest of it does apply to us, and it's actually a really good promise. Calamity will surely destroy the wicked, and those who hate the righteous will be punished. Don't worry about getting even. God will take care of that. But verse 22, but the Lord will redeem those who serve Him. God will redeem those who serve Him. No one who takes refuge in Him will be condemned. Like I said, we'll have trouble in this life, but God will get us through it. But the other part is this. There's a life expectancy on us. There's an expiry date that's stamped on us somewhere. I don't know where it is. No one knows the day or the time. Sometimes it's when you're young. Sometimes it's when you're older. We don't know. But we don't have to fear that day. Why? Because if we've given our life to Christ, like we said earlier, we know that the day we pass on, we don't have to fear that judgment. We don't have to fear what's going to take place afterwards, because God has a hold of us. Jesus has a hold of us. We're not going to suffer decay. We're not going to go to hell. We're not going to have all those kind of things, because Jesus has a hold of us because we gave our life to Him. You give your life to Him, He doesn't let go. And so when we do breathe that last breath, Jesus will welcome us in and say, well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into your rest, and we will enjoy eternity with Him. And that's a pretty good promise. So go out, experience the Lord, taste and see that He is good.